I'm Daddy Freeze, and I've got a guest this wonderful evening, and she goes by the name Queency. Apparently, she came to her page yesterday to report an issue that she had, and the gentleman who was allegedly involved in the issue released his own side of the statement. And I believe in fair hearing. Yes, you came out and made your point, but we haven't really heard from you. So, Queency, tell us a little bit about yourself, tell us what you do, and then let's go into what really happened.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Quincy, and I'm an artist, a recording artist, and I'm an entrepreneur. I have a fashion line that I'm trying to start, though. Yeah, so that's it for now.
Okay. So, what's the story? What is your story?
Okay, this is this is really this is really very hard for me, because normally I'm still trying to go through the social media bullying from this whole thing. It's still like a part of me that wish I kept quiet. Normally, I let it slide. I just move on like every other victim always does, and we don't get to hear about it. But actually, the story is I actually traveled from Lagos to Abuja on the 15th of December for a business
Hmm.
meeting because I'm trying to get a place, like a store in Abuja. Do you get? So I actually wanted to go
Yes.
and check check for a couple of accommodations and know how I can find. I wanted to do a visibility study actually. So, but when I
So,
came,
but
when
when
I
I
can you hear me?
Clearly, clearly, clearly.
Okay, so when I came to Abuja, I already called Transcorp Hilton to make a reservation for me, and
Okay.
my manager picked me from the airport, and we got to Transcorp, and I checked in. I paid for the room, and it was just for one night actually because my flight was supposed to be like the next day. You understand? So now,
Yes.
when I got checked into the hotel, my normal snap stories now, I'll just do snap videos and post on my snaps like, oh, I'm here, this location, and all that. So I did that snap story, and there's this particular guy on my snap. Met this guy in same Transcorp Hilton in August. And when I met him, like he just met me and he was like, wow, fine girl, give me your phone number and all that. And we just exchanged contacts and I left. So ever since then, he's been always persuading me, can we get to see? I need to see you. But for some reason, I don't know, I've been reluctant. I didn't want to see him because going through his social media life, like on Snap and all that, he likes to post things like money, food, lifestyle. So me personally, I have this perception that guys that try to show those kind of things are just trying to show girls that they have a lot of money, and it's really not true. So to me, I felt like it was fake. But that's why whenever he kept telling me, "What's up? Can we see?" I'll be like, "Man, we can't see," and the rest. So one time, he there was like a made in Abuja concert. He now told me, "What's up? Can you come for this concert?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, but you have to book my flight tickets to Abuja, to and fro there, and all that." And we had a conversation. I even had to go search for a flight because it sounded serious. Like, okay, I want you to come for it. So I'm like, okay, let me check for a flight. I checked for the flight and I sent him the screenshot of the flight, and he didn't say a word after then. And I just laughed about it. I'm like, I don't get money. Let me just pass. Do you understand? So at the end of the day, I didn't talk to him for a while. Then the only time I spoke to him again was when I was now in Transcorp on the 15th of December. He saw my snap and he was like, "You're in Transcorp, I'm in Transcorp, and you're refusing to see me. You've just been so hard. Can I just buy you dinner?" And I felt like I've been turning you down for like a while. And it's just dinner, right? Like he didn't say let's hook up or something. He said let's can I buy you dinner? So I felt like okay, we're about to like go out on a dinner date, so maybe we get to know each other and know if we can be friends after all and all that. So I gave him a time because I had to go do stuff. I told him by 8 p.m. I'll be free. So we go for the dinner. And by 8 p.m. he called me. I was actually with my friend, a friend of mine. She was with me at the hotel room. So when he called me, I told him, sorry, I'm with my friend, but we're at the poolside. He said, okay, he was going to come over. He came to the poolside and he was like, okay, let's go up for dinner. Now, the funny thing that happened that particular time we went for dinner was once we got up, he then messaged me on Snap and he was like, this your friend that you're coming with, I did not invite her for dinner. I invited just you. So I feel that was embarrassing to me. I'm like, are you sure this guy really have money for him to say this? So he was trying to tell me it's not right. If I invite you, you come alone. You don't have to bring any other person, a third party, and all that for the dinner. So I quietly just told my friend, "What's up, babe? Can you just like go to the room, or at the end of the day, can you go to the room, or can you like chill outside or wait for me or something? Let me just have dinner with this guy. I'll come back and meet you." And she decided to like go home. She was like, let her just go home. That she's feeling so stressed, so she want to go home and go change up because we're supposed to go to club that night actually. So like in while having dinner, we're sitting down. I was sitting down with two other guys. They were his friends at the end of the day. So we're just discussing, and they were like, "What do you do?" I told them I'm a singer. They're like, "Oh, nice. Can we see your Instagram handle?" And I gave them, and they followed me. I followed them back, and he was trying to touch me in an absurd way. When you're having a dinner with like responsible people, like that particular dinner, you can't wear any kind of clothes in there. You understand? You have to dress all corporate because ministers, senators, and all are having dinner at that particular spot too. So, but then he started trying to touch me, like touch my, oh my God, you have your nice, oh my God. I was feeling uncomfortable. Like, you don't have to do this in public. This is very disrespectful. And he's like, man, I want you. I really want you. I want to have you. I want to keep you for like a very long time. That's what he said. And I'm like, man, I don't think it's possible. I don't like you. His friends even asked me a question. They were like, why are you saying you don't like this guy? I'm like, because I feel like he's fake. I said it to him. And he was like, why do I feel like he's fake? I'm like, because this is what I hear Abuja guys do most of the time. They just try to deceive girls and all. And him per se, I've seen the things he posts on his snaps, and I don't feel like it's good enough for me to actually be part of that because I don't want to get casted. That was the word I used. He was not like he doesn't cast people that even the girls that he sleeps with, he never posts them or anything. So nobody can trace it and all that. I'm like, that's none of my business though. So at a point he's like, can we have a conversation? We're eating and we're drinking. I was having champagne though. Can we have a conversation? I'm like, what conversation? Is like, I want to have you. If I tell you I want to be in a relationship with you, I'm lying. Right now, all in my head is that I want to have you like the whole night or maybe for just a few hours or something. And I'm like, you cannot afford me. He's like, why would I say that? You mean I've been in Transcorp Hilton for like 1,000 nights? I have a diamond card. He said all that, and also, why would you say I can't afford you? I'm actually very rich, and like he was just pouring praises to himself. I'm like, still, it's not like a rich person that gives money. It's actually a giver that gives money. So me, I don't feel like you're a giver at the end of the day. After we had that conversation, he's like, okay, so what's your price? I started smiling. I'm like, do have a price, but I feel like you can't afford me. Okay, can you afford $1,000? That's how the conversation came like. And he's like, $1,000. Oh my God, no. He can't pay $1,000, but he can actually pay 200,000 naira. So I'm like, no, you can't. I can't actually do it. First of all, my room I paid like 110,000 naira, you get. So I can't I imagine I'm having a room in Transcorp and you want to come like spend time with me. You now come and say you want to give me 200,000 naira. It feels like nothing because me, it's not like I'm broke. For me to be in Transcorp, I'm not broke. I'm not like desperate. I'm not looking for anything. So at this point, you need to really do a lot to convince me that you want to actually be with me. I actually disagreed at that point and all. But he kept persuading, babes, I really want you, not for anything, for keeps. He even started talking about relationship when he saw that the whole I will pay you stuff wasn't working. He even started saying, okay, let's date. I told him, you're lying. Just want to have me for free, because now if you say you want to date me now, it means that you just want me free. Because now emotions are going to be intact and all that at the end of the day and all of that. And I may not want to start saying stuff because I don't like you at the end of the day. But then at a point while I was drinking, I felt pressed and I went to the restroom. I came back. I don't know what happened, but I kept drinking and I go high. At the end of the day, I felt really, I don't know how I felt. It's not normal because I have champagnes. I have champagnes normally. I have wines, and this particular time, I don't know why this particular champagne made me feel this type of way. You get, like, I was feeling very weak. I even told him probably because of the stress, because I had to go from place to place to actually supervise to the accommodation I was trying to get to. And he was like, okay, I can actually escort you to your room if you're feeling very down and all that. I'm like, man, I don't know. I was never in support of him coming to my room. And he was like, what are you? Why is so? I'm like, you have a room in Transcorp, right? If you why okay, why can't I come to your room? Why do you want to come to my room in particular? He's like, no, because I just want to see where your room is. It's not even like anything. Plus, you're not feeling too good. You're feeling tipsy, so I just want to carry you to your room and all that. And I didn't think it was actually bad because, funny enough, the way, apart from the fact that he was trying to touch me as absurdly and all that, I there was this like, it wasn't like a very bad conversation. Like, I wasn't totally giving him the whole no vibe. Do you get? I was actually, we're actually flowing though. We're actually having a conversation. We're talking about the last time we met. He was even just his friends about how I have stressed him and how he was trying to get me and how I didn't, reply and all of that. And then later he's like, let's go to the casino to play a game and all that. I went to the casino. I didn't know how to play the game. I just told him, can you place like a 10,000 naira casino for me? Let me try. So why try? My manager was outside already because he was supposed to give me a pizza delivery. So I actually just went out to get my pizza. I left him at the casino. When I came back downstairs, I didn't want to go back to the casino to meet him because I was already like, man, I'm not going to agree to this guy. Man, he was just so all over me and all. He was just so all over me, just wanted me at that point. While I was coming back at the elevator, I saw him again. I'm like, this guy is not just going to leave at this point. He's like, can I talk to you, babes? Please, when are you going to let me just be with you? When are you going to let me just do this? I even told you I'm going to pay 200,000. I told you, and you're still refusing at the end of the day. What do you actually want? It's not something that I want to do for just doing sake. It's something that I want to continue. I want to have a relationship with you and all of that. And I'm like, no, I don't trust you and I can't do this. And at this point in time, I don't really feel good. Do you get? Now, what happened was I went out to club later and he was actually in the same club, but I don't know, I didn't see him. He called me later. He said, where are you? I'm like, I went to the club lead, something like that. And he's like, yeah, he was at club lead. I'm like, I had to leave because the music stopped at some point. So, and me, I'm actually very tired and I'm very tipsy and all. He's like, okay, wait for me, I'm coming back to the hotel. I never knew that he never had a room in the hotel. I had no idea because the whole idea he was selling to me was he has a room and he's been lodged in Transcorp for a while. He's a medical doctor and he works with Aisha Buhari. That's the whole thing he's been telling me. That's why I didn't know he didn't have a room and all of that. So when he came and met me downstairs, he was like, oh, okay, so can I come to your room now? I'm like, no, you can't come to my room. He's like, you're making too much shakara. Why are you making too much shakara like this? Like, you're doing too much, like, at the end of the day. I'm like, I don't feel good. If you come to my room right now, what are we going to be doing in my room? He's like, I just want to have a conversation. Let's have a conversation in your room. And I'm like, but I'm not feeling too good. I'm feeling tipsy and I don't understand the kind of conversation you want to have. Because, definitely in the club, I had drink too. Plus, I also had champagne with him that was also making me feel some type of way later at the end of the day. So
we finally, he followed me down to my room. I opened the room normally. I got into the room. We got into the room. I was seated at the bed corner, and he was standing. And next thing he's like, babe, seriously, I don't know how I'm going to leave this room, but I want to have you. I'm like, please don't do this, because I did not agree that about the 200 naira price. 200,000 naira price or whatever. I didn't agree to it. I didn't consent to it because, and another thing is, I knew if I told him $1,000, he was going to run away, because that's what I do. If a man comes to disturb me and I don't want to do anything, I will just tell you, okay, give me like $5,000. I know you're not going to do it. You definitely just run. So I thought that was going to push him away, but he kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And along the way, he was able to overpower me. At the end of the day, he was able to overpower me, and then we had at the end of the day, and I was too tired. I didn't even understand whatever was going on, but all I know is I slept off, and I think he left, because when I woke up in the morning, I didn't find him. I started trying to figure out whatever happened, and I now tried to call him. I called him from like 12. I called him from like 9 to like 12. He wasn't taking my calls, and I'm supposed to check out of the hotel by 12. Do you get? So I'm like, I had to go down to the reception. Like, do you guys know any OB? And or they're like, they can't disclose any information like that to me. So there was a lady down there. I had to tell her, man, I don't know what happened. I saw a guy, he followed me down to my room. I actually laid the complaint though. I saw a guy, followed me down to my room, and I don't know, he took advantage of me. I can't reach him. I don't know where he is. I know he has a room here, because I was sure he had a room there. So I'm like, I know he has a room here. If you can help me, I just want to reach out to him. I just want to talk to him or something. They're like, they can't help me. They don't know anybody like that in this place and all that. So I felt really depressed. I felt bad. And his line was not going through. He was not online on Snap or anything. So my flight was already by 2, so I had to leave. Either ways, I'll get to Lagos and I'll keep calling him till I actually get to him. Now, I actually got to Lagos, and finally I was able to reach him, and I asked him, what's up? What's happening? What did you do? Why did you do what you did? And he wasn't sounding any remorseful at all. He didn't sound any remorseful. All this why I didn't know he
was
had
it the remorse? If he had sounded remorseful, would you have been okay?
I wouldn't have been okay per se, because I just wanted him to feel like you did something bad. Like, you need to at least apologize first, at least say sorry, at least explain why, and at least do something. Do you get? I don't know if you understand. Like, I just feel like you can't just come and do this kind of things like this and just let it go like that. Do you get? And I was just trying to say, okay, how I even asked him, okay, how can we fix this? Because now I don't even know the real situation. I don't know whatever happened, but I know you took advantage of me. I don't know, how can we fix it? And he was not like, he sent me money. He sent me 100,000 naira or so. I'm like, I didn't get any money. I didn't receive any money. So he said, okay, drop your account number. I dropped the account number at the end of the day. When I dropped the account number, I didn't even know that he was going to like screenshot the account number or whatever. I just dropped the account number based on, he said he sent me 100K and I didn't receive it. And I sent the account number and he said, drop it. And I dropped it there. I didn't know he was going to screenshot the account. I had no intention as of that point. All I wanted was justice. I wanted to be like sorry for whatever he did. But at the end of the day, he kept declining my calls. He wasn't taking my calls anymore. He wasn't saying anything. I didn't get any money, he said. I didn't, like, nothing was coming forth. I kept begging him, can you just talk to me? Can we talk? And he's not replying.
Queency, sorry. If he had sent you the 200K, would you have felt a little bit better?
Yes, I would. I know I should have felt a little bit better was because it was my room. That was my room. Yeah. I paid for like over like 110,000 naira, you get. So I felt like even if at the end of the day you took advantage of me in my room, you could at least just try to compensate the fact that that was my room. It's not even like it's because of this or whatever. Do you get? Like, it was it's something I haven't done before. Like, it felt really inhuman. Like, you did this and you just left just like that, and you're not saying anything. So that was it.
Let me ask you, what do you want now? Because I don't want to make any, I don't want to make any assumptions. There was a time you said you guys vibed, you guys were cool. Do
Yeah.
you think that he must have, because you said you were high,
Yeah.
do you think he could have mistaken that for a yes?
No, he didn't. I don't think he did.
You're sure you sent the right signals?
I didn't think he mistook it for a yes, because he did what he did and he made a video of me. Why would you make, I'm an artist. I have a brand. I wouldn't consent to that for any reason. I wouldn't consent to you making a video of me. So for you to make a video of me, it means that you have a plan. That's everything I'm saying. You freaking have a plan, because you can't just say you just made a video of me like that.
Sorry, how do you know he has a video of you?
He sent it. It's on blogs. It's everywhere. He sent the video that he made of me. He
Oh,
sent
okay.
it.
I haven't seen that. The video was done, according to you, without your consent.
Without my consent, and that's like the most painful part of this whole thing, because I feel like before he would want to do that video, he has something in mind. Because even if it was a normal girl you just met and maybe you guys had something, you wouldn't want to go that far to just go make a video of her just like that. It's like there should be actually a reason why he did that, and that's what I don't get.
So, right now, in your own words, what do you want?
Actually, right now, I wouldn't say I want money. I don't want money anymore. I just want justice. I
Anymore
just
means there was a time when you wanted money.
what?
Anymore means there was a time you wanted money. Do you understand? If you say, I don't want money, it's different from I don't want money anymore.
You know, there was a time he asked me to send my account number too. That's the reason why I
So
used
if they had sent you money then, you'd have been fine.
I wouldn't have been fine totally at the end of the day, but then it wouldn't have gotten to the point where I have to maybe go online to call him out. Do you get? Because he would
Oh,
have apologized to and say, oh, I'm sorry, this happened. It's something we could have settled amicably or something. I'll probably just say, oh, okay, I'll just take it like that. You get? But the fact that he was even threatening me on top of the whole situation was what was even scaring me at the most. There's no possibility of an amicable settlement right now. There's no possibility at all. Because at the end of the day, it's actually out there. Everything is out there right now. And I don't want any amicably settling. I just want justice. That's all.
you want justice, and I pray you get justice. That's what I'll say. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you for telling your own side of the story. And I do hope you find peace, and I do hope God guides you and gives you strength.
Thank you.